Hey, greetings and welcome. So in this video, we're going to do just a real quick tutorial on how to get to Grim HEX. The navigation map system is super janky, and so you have to, what I recommend is you get in here, you always clear it out, right? Clear it out, click on that. And then once you have arrived at Crusader, if it's, you can double click on this and zoom in, or you can do the 6 mouse roll wheels to zoom in. So one of the issues that you're going to run into is you have to get to the correct side of the planet. So if I come here and then I hit B, and you'll see that there are these markers that go around the planet, and there's these OM like OM1, OM2, OM3, and so if you need to get around the planet, use the OMs to there we go. Like there's an OM5, and then you can just hopscotch around the planet. The problem is, like, man, it would be a great improvement. They only have those on a vertical axis. If they would make it like an 8 or a 16 hexagonal location around the planet, it would help the movement around the planet. So there's some refinement that needs to take place, because I should just be able to click on Yala and go there, but unfortunately I can't. So if I'm on this part of the planet, I have to hopscotch around the planet, get to this side, and then go to this location. But um, that's in the works, right? In the works. So if you just click on Yella and say set route, because you're not going to see Grim Hex in here. Oh, I guess it is there. And if I click on this, let me clear this. If I click on this and say set route, it's going to take me to Yala anyways. And so I wish that was another improvement where they would just let you just go to the location instead of the planet. But I guess, maybe that's for a PvP design, because that enables, if someone's hanging out on that path, they can drop out of warp. And then, so there's Yala. And before I make that second jump, I'll kind of show you what to look for. But maybe that's part of the mechanism, right? They force folks into a kind of a freeway system, to where if you're hanging out in that freeway system, you can pull people out of warp for PvP. I think that's part of the design. But you'll see that little kind of baseball plate that you go to in the what do they call these? An asteroid belt. Yeah, yeah, an asteroid belt. You'll see that little baseball plate when you mine around, and that's how you get to Grim Hex. And then also, I'll warp here to show you, kind of give a little bit of context to what we're looking for. So it is a PvP zone, and if you look in the top corner, let me turn this off. You'll see it still has there it is. It disappeared. So if you lose the satellite that just disappeared, it will. Then you can PvP without a criminal ranking, and that's another reason why I like this place. Is if you accidentally shoot something, you're like, oh, I accidentally right-clicked and did a missile volley into the hangar bay. You don't become a criminal. And some of my earlier gameplay, I would be at New Babbage, or I'd be somewhere, and then I'd accidentally hit T instead of R or something, and then I would target the turret, and then all of a sudden I have a criminal stat. And it's like, God damn it. And then you end up having to go in prison and doing like the 45-minute gameplay loop, and which is not bad, but if you're trying to get something done during your play session. So I like Grim Hex just because you kind of mitigate a lot of the dumb shit. And so plus they've got some pretty good vendors and pretty good weapon loadout here. So if I call this in, you'll see here. I guess I got my working to advantage because I have the sun on the backside. Usually this place is super dark. You have 3 sides, and turn that off. You have 3 sides. Let me hit X. I'm going too fast. I didn't mean to hit C. And only 2 of them you can interact with and get out of, and the other one is a kind of a, I don't know what to. It doesn't have it doesn't work. So you'll fly around this thing, but once you kind of understand its layout, here we go. So here, oh, I hit C again. I meant to hit X. So if let's say you got a big ship, you can land here without penalty. You can land here without penalty. There's no like, oh, I'm gonna you're going to get a fine for blocking a station. There's none of that BS. And there's doors you can see right here that get into the station right there. You know, there's the med thing right there. There's the entrance airlock right there, and same for down here. There's the airlock right there and there. But if I call in, let me call in, and you'll see it'll be like, oh, it's on this side. So they'll never give you a request on the big docks, although you can go there. Let me lower down, and you'll see I'll pivot around. And this place is kind of tucked in, and you can tell you're getting close where there's this big rock fragment. Yeah, X is your brake. Okay, and this is where you come in. And if I pivot around, there's one on the other side that looks just like this, but it's in-op. It doesn't so it gets a little confusing. But you just come in here. Am I upside down? I'm upside down. And you can refill and refit in these locations, right? But on the pad where you land, you can run in. There's no refill option, so you actually have to dock your vessel inside the bay in order to oh, I forgot to hit in. You'll see your landing gear over here start to blink, and and that means that you're good to land. And, one of the reasons I'm flying the Icon is because it's got a giant Quantanium tank, and I can fly around the galaxy without having to land. So hit F2. I go to my little gear, and you can see I can top off. And it just takes a second, and you can see somebody's flying in. I can see the little meteor thing, right? My missiles are up. Okay, and then I'm gonna take off. Let me see if I can turn around. Of course, it's an amethyst zone, so that's why you have the little. Let me get out of here. And that's going to conclude kind of how to get to Grim HEX from Crusader. And it's kind of a little context. You will really struggle with the star map. It is super janky, and it badly needs a rework. And it's my understanding that there is one that has been developed, but it's not going to be implemented until they do 4.0 and the Pyro Galaxy, because there's no point in dropping like a partially functioning new star map. But and I get it. So we just suffer through the janky star map. Okay, and then they know that it's so I set Microtech. I'm gonna go buy a bunch of, where's the dot at? And I wish they would change some of the add some more colors. Make add some, if it's an enemy, instead of making it blue, like a blue marker, they make it orange, and if it's an enemy, it's red, but if it's obstructed, it's orange. Kind of change up, like make the color, instead of everything being blue, just kind of make it more dynamic, maybe a little different shade. Like planets could be like a maybe a teal color, and that way you just have some quick reference guides. But anyways, that's enough of my ramble and rant. Hey, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm just gonna post these videos whenever I feel like it. All right.